Have you ever met people who think they are terrible in debt? You know, they are owing somebody 10,000. It might be rands, it might be dollar. They are owing somebody that. And when even they've taken their lives, you realize that there's somebody who's owing $100,000. They are owing it, they're in debt, but they're not killing themselves. Therefore, killing yourself is not. Great. Another good opportunity and time together. Yes, I think today I want to address one of the important issue in our lives, the issue of pains, the issue where we are challenged, the issue where you are challenged. At times I talk to people about the board which I saw when entering another graveyard. And this board, of course, was written in Sepedi, which is one of South African languages. When you enter the graveyard, there's a board written, Lirina ra re tshwana le lena. Lirina ra re tshwana le lena. The direct translation means, we were like you. Therefore, you are entering a graveyard and you are being confronted by this board which says, we were also like you. Therefore, the graveyard is telling you that please be mindful of us. We were humans like you. And this is one of the time when we are confronted with pain of death. The other challenge is when you leave the graveyard, the same graveyard. This board now is written otherwise. Again in Sepedi, one of South African languages. It says, Lilina litatshwana lirina. Therefore, you also, one of the days, you will be like us. You know, those boards are very confrontational. One day, you will be like us. And mostly what we tell people when we are entering that graveyard is to say, those who are asleep there, they are saying, please don't just walk all over our grave, because the pain which we felt and our families, it's a pain. And the pain of the loss which our family experienced, you will also experience it when you have the loss. Now, in my life, I have not met a person who can fully say life has been fair to them. I've never met that person who said life, Thomas, has been fair to me. I've met people who will say, you know, life has happened to me, but I thank God that I overcame that. I thank God that I was able to. I thank God that but they had breakthroughs. Life has not that been fair to them. Therefore, what I want to talk to us is that we live in life, or we live this life where it has moments of joy. Therefore, we must enjoy the moments of joy, where we are celebrating, where we are happy. We will have those moments. Where we are being loved, where there's love, we will have those moments. Of course, we will have moments where there's peace. I mean, you cannot talk of peace if you think of the countries which are in war with each other. But there are other countries which are not in war. You might think of other countries in Africa, they are in war. And if you talk about peace, they don't know peace, or they knew peace, but they are not in peace. But those moments come. Of course, on the other side, life will hurt you. Life will hurt you. Yes, life will bring pain to you, to me. And of course, life will bring regrets. Yes, yes, yes. Life will have hatred. Yes, life has got its own turmoil. Life has got its own turmoil. But on the other side, you were looking at joy, you were happy, you had love, you had peace. And when you have life, one of the good days end by what we called death. Therefore, moments in life are not the same. What you might be going through right now, I don't know whether you are in love or things are so good, whether you are happy and you are jumping, you are celebrating, whether you have been given flowers and so on, whether you have been kissed and so on. But in life, there will be times and days where things will not be the same. Yes. Most of us, we see people at distance, far from us. And we don't fully know what they're going through. And we don't fully know what they went through. You know, you might be in the same taxi. You might be in the same car. You might be in the same bus. The person sitting next to you might not be in the same moment like you. You might be working at the same organization, the same office. The person working with you might be not on the same moment like you. And these are the things which we must take serious and we must be worried about. There are times where when we look at people at distance, we might say things which are not fully correct. Because they are at distance. You don't know what I'm going through. I don't know what you are going through. But I want to help you today as I have helped myself in this life. There are guys, people whom we claim to be our role models. There are people whom we see being wealthy and we think, oh, all is good in their lives. You know, when I grew up, they were mostly on the roads. They were what we call mirage. When you are walking at a distance, when you look there, you think you see water. And mostly when you are thirsty, you are thinking you are seeing water. But when you arrive, there's no water. It's mirage. Sometimes because people are far from us, we call them role models and we think everything is going well with them. Are we seeing correctly? At times, you experience things, you go through things in life, and then you even wish you should die, and you even wish to even kill yourself. Yes, there are people who are going through tough times. You might be going through tough times. You might be experiencing challenges. Yes, you might be having terrible sickness. You might be going through, you might be bankrupt by right now. You might be under litigation. You are going through challenges. But when we are going through that challenges, we forgot that there was time when we had joy. And now you are even thinking of killing yourself. You are even thinking of terminating yourself. Have you ever met people who think they are terrible in debt? You know, they are owing somebody 10,000. It might be rands, it might be dollar. They are owing somebody that. And when even they've taken their lives, you realize that there's somebody who's owing $100, $100,000. They are owing it. They are in debt, but they're not killing themselves. Therefore, killing yourself is not always a right solution. It's not a solution in reality. Because you don't even know what will happen on the other side. You don't even know. It's not a good option to kill yourself. You don't know where you are going. You don't know what will happen after. And even so, you might have created pain to the people who love you. The people in your family, they love you. But because you are in a moment which is not good, you are in a moment which is not great, you forgot about the other moments which we had experienced. Most of us, we are living in a myth. And this myth is to say, some people have everything. Yes, it's a myth. It's a myth. Check around. You need to check around yourself. I've done that. I've checked around. There are times where I thought I am the best, and I realized that there are people around me who are the best. There are times where I looked at myself, I thought I'm terrible, and later I realized that there are people who are more terrible than me. Look around. Not all people around you have got good health. Now, if you are challenged and you think that no, mine it's terrible, not everything. The people whom sometimes we see in the streets, because they are not hospitalized, it doesn't necessarily mean they are not sick. That's why sometimes when people die, we then later hear they were struggling with what. Because to walk in the street doesn't necessarily mean you are the healthiest person than the one who's hospitalized. Yes, sometimes you are blaming yourself. You have got this pain of not having children. It's not everybody who is having children. And of course, let's say it directly. It's not everybody who will have children. Now, you cannot blame yourself and live with this pain that I don't have children, I don't have this. No, it is not everybody who will have children. But the challenge is that we believe we live in myth. Yes, the truth also is that not everybody will get married. Not everybody will get married. Even if you had 50-50%, I know in South Africa we have got about 52% and 48%. 52% it's females and 48% it's male. Even if it is 50-50, I heard that Nigeria is very high in the percentage of male than the percentage of female. Now, therefore, other people will not get married. Now, you cannot blame yourself and have this pain and have this headache that I am not married. Not everybody will get married. Even if we queue, all of us, men queue here. That's why even the book of wisdom, it talks about 1 getting 7. Because it is not everybody who will get married. Of course, sometimes you might think things are not well and so on. It's not all who are divorced. Not everybody is divorced. Yes, you are going through challenges right now, but doesn't mean everybody has been divorced. Now, then because you are going through those pain, you think that life is not good and there's nothing good in life. Because you don't have money and you think everybody's rich. Look around, not everybody's rich. Not everybody's rich. Therefore, even if you were saying maybe I was born in the wrong family, I was born in whatever, not everybody is rich. And I love this saying that the poor will always be with us. The poor will always be with us. Oh, it's not everybody. It's not all people who are educated. Now you might be failing yourself and slapping yourself and hitting yourself. I will not go anywhere and so on. It's not everybody. Not all people are educated. Therefore, what I'm trying to tell you, some of us will not depend on education, but it will depend on our skill and competency, will depend on our capability. What can we do with our hands? Not everybody will be a CEO. How many companies do we have that everybody wants to be a CEO? That's why sometimes other people rob us and they tell us what we want to hear. Not everybody is employed. Not all people are employed. Therefore, when you are not employed, you might think the whole South Africa is not employed. Yes, not all of us will reach adulthood. And this is the reality of life. Not all will reach adulthood. Oh, not all will die at old age. There will be people who will die young. And that's the reality. Now, you might be worried that you had a child who died young and so on. But if you look even in your family, not everybody died being at old age. Now, why are you having this pain for the rest of your life? And it's not only in your family that other people die young. It's not only you where your children died before you. Therefore, life is not shaped in such a way that it is a system which you can manipulate. It just works on its own. Yes, your children, sometimes you are so worried. You think because you don't have parents, because not everybody have parents. And not everybody have all parents. Now, you cannot hold on in your pain and you fail to move because you are thinking about the pain of not having parents. No, your things might not go well and so on. I've seen many people who even go to Utataku, Kumbulekaya and so on. They are so worried about that they don't have a parent. Not everyone is having a parent. Not everyone is having a father. Not everyone is having a mother. I want to tell you, even some of the people whom they have fathers, their fathers are doing nothing in their lives. There are people in our life, even when their mothers are there, those mothers are doing nothing. Therefore, don't hold on this issue that to say, I don't have. And then this pain is making you not to progress in life. Not everybody will have both parents. Therefore, it's a myth that everything will work as a system. My friends, what I'm trying to do and tell us and tell me is that take note that yes, pain, love, hatred, peace, happiness, joy, they share. And we need to know that life is not the fantasy which we always have. Life is not all the things which we think it is. It has never been fair, not only to you, but to me. It has never been fair, even to people whom you work and live with. There are people without medical aids, but their health is good. There are people with medical aids. Oh, they are challenged by health issues. Therefore, sometimes this myth of pain, we want to end our life because of that. What I want to help and conclude by telling us is, how do we deal with these things? How do we deal with these things? First of all, acknowledge that life is a two-sided coin. Life is a two-sided coin. There is life, there is death. There is love, there is hatred. There's joy, there's hate, or other way around. Therefore, these things happen. You will be hurt, but later you will find joy. You might be hated today, but later you will find love. Yes, things might not be going well, but life carries on. Yes, let's acknowledge that seasons are not permanent. Seasons are not permanent. Therefore, summer, it will not always be rainy. It will not always be rainy. There will be a time where it is winter. There will be a time where it is spring. There will be a time where it is autumn. Maybe now you are in your autumn, and therefore other people at a distance, they are in winter. Therefore, that's why when you think about the southern and northern hemisphere, you will realize that, therefore, we don't experience the summer the same time, we don't experience winter the same time. And that's what life is all about. Therefore, let's learn to say seasons are not permanent. The other thing which we need to learn, we must learn from life lessons. Life every day gives you a lesson. Life every day gives me something which I can learn. And then when I've learned, I adapt. And when I adapt, then life will be better. Sometimes life doesn't want me to adapt. Life wants me to adjust. Therefore, things which are happening to us, sometimes they are asking you to adjust. Adjust the way you are doing things. Sometimes things to be better, you need to move. You need to move where you are. Things to be better. Therefore, this pain, these challenges, these things, they will happen to all of us. But sometimes life is saying, move, move, move quickly. Sometimes it is saying change. There are times where life is making whatever is happening to us for us to change the environment. We need to change the environment. Yes, what I want to help us is to say pains of life are not the same to two individuals, even while they look similar. Pains are not the same. You cannot say because your father died and when my father died, then you take your experience to me. No, no, no. Your pain when your father died depends on how you related to your father. The pain when your mother died depends on how you related to your mother. Therefore, pains are not the same. Even when your child passes on, therefore pains will not be the same. You cannot come and console the other person to say, oh, even myself, Lina, Nami, Mtwanamu, Usho. No, you cannot say that because the pains are not the same, depending on how we relate to each other. Therefore, when pains are happening to our friends, to our families, and so on, our colleagues, we should not come and comfort them until we understand what they are going through. And sometimes we just need to be very close, available to them. Oh, I want to say, what should we do when pains are happening? Do not laugh at others in their worst period. Do not laugh. Do not laugh when people are challenged. Do not laugh when others are being divorced. Do not laugh when others, their companies are liquidated. Do not laugh when others are challenged. Do not laugh when others are sick. Even associate whatever to behave. Don't do that. You know, there's a song by a South African singer, Majingos, who says, "No mean we as an." Therefore, these things will also come and happen to you because in life throws things to us, and when it throws things to us, they happen to us. It will happen also maybe to you, and when it happens to you, what have you learned while you have been laughing at other people? Yes, do not be the cause of the pain to other people. Do not be the cause. There are people who enjoy inflicting pains to other people. Pains will come, but ensure that you are not the cause of pains in other people. Don't be the subject of that. Yes, my colleagues, my friends, yes, that board when I was entering the graveyard and when I was leaving the graveyard, it says we were also like you, and it also says you will be like us. It was telling me and telling us nothing is forever. Nothing